All right. Another week, another thick ass episode.
Big, fat, thick, juicy episode.
Do that again.
Big, fat, thick, juicy episode.
Y'all are welcome. All right.
So I saw somewhere that your parents are Ice Cube and his wife.
You did see that.
What's going on with that?
I don't know what that was. Somebody, it's so crazy. Somebody first of all, I don't know how information about people get on the internet without that person. It's hard for me to think that people just guess ridiculous stuff.
Everything was wrong. Your birthday was wrong.
Everything was
Your parents were wrong. I was like, how did they get Ice Cube as one? You as one of Ice Cube's sons?
Well, that's what's crazy is that at first I thought it was just wrong information about me, but that they searched Ice Cube's son and then it was just my picture, but the name was still O'Shea Jackson, I think.
No, they didn't get.
So, but it was just my photo. It was very strange. I don't know. Almost every public thing that has information about me besides my birthdays is pretty
Shit, on that one,
pretty
your birthday
wrong.
was wrong too.
It was pretty wrong. That's why I just think it was the wrong picture. It might have been like information about whoever they looked up. But damn, this post is from an account that no longer exists.
Damn.
That
I
dude
said,
showed me.
I might have to ask some questions because I thought I knew what your dad looked like. You know what I'm saying? But
People were calling me son of Cube. And someone said this is like a season finale Telemundo soap opera plot twist.
Hold up. Hold up. Wait a minute. When did
It's crazy that the comments all save, but that first
the picture of it is gone?
The picture of it is gone. The tweet is gone, but all the comments, it's 117 reposts and 60 comments. That lives on.
Well, it lives in my mind because when I saw it, I said, oh.
That's so crazy. And they chose the most Ice Cubiest photo I have. I have black mittens and a black shirt.
Yes, it was one that I could believe had I not known you.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It would be an honor.
Patrick Cube is crazy. All right.
Pat Jack.
What's the craziest thing you've seen about yourself that wasn't presented by a person? It was presented factually. This is her middle name or something.
That I played in the WNBA. Yep. I was like, oh, they get everything else wrong. They got my net worth wrong. That I played in the W. Now they gave me a little more money than I had, so I don't mind that. But I just checked my net worth and it was gone.
For the California Cannons.
How much are those babies worth?
The Baltimore Bazombas.
Let's play booby ball.
Boo ball.
Boo ball is crazy. Do they still have that league? What was it where the girls would wear thongs? The big thick girls.
Oh, the lingerie league?
Yeah.
I think there's always going to be a lingerie version of every sport. I'm pretty sure lingerie pickleball is coming up.
I would do lingerie pool.
Like
billiards? Yeah. That would be pretty sexy, especially because you got to bend over.
Mm-hmm.
And when
it's not a bad idea.
That's a nice one. I've never seen it before.
Just a bunch of thongs.
Yep, because being, bent over like this. Caroms.
I like me some caroms.
Oh, I love caroms.
I wish I found this dude who makes custom versions of the old carom boards with the lakes and the different, it looked like a golf course, but
the green, tan, and white.
I bought 3 of them. I bought one for me, I bought one for my dad, and I was playing it so much, I bought one for my house and my parents' house for when I'm there. So there was 3 in total. Not one of them came intact.
Oh, damn.
It was very much custom built. Shit was falling out. And I
did you get rid of them? Or
I couldn't make it work. I still have them.
Maybe you could use a hot glue gun or something to put the pieces
It's
back
interesting.
on.
They have these like little nails in them that like perfectly fit into the board. But you are right. I could use some.
Yeah.
I could use some hot glue.
I'm over here like fixing it so I can play.
I do miss playing it. It was like a really good blast from the past. My dad was dog walking us every time we played. But then I would play at my house and I would have better luck against people. So
that's crazy when you play something and you think you're good at it and then you play against your parents and your parents wash you. You're like, hold up.
That's how I feel about dominoes.
Oh.
I can't win at dominoes.
Old people be mad as hell at me when I whoop on them in some dominoes.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. All right. I got a thick fact. I was going to use it a couple episodes ago, but it's animals. It's animal based, and it's kind of depressing, but it's very interesting.
Oh, very cool. Okay.
So, this kind of hints at the fact that we actually have a ticker on our life.
Oh.
So it says almost all mammals live for about 1 billion heartbeats. For a rabbit, which has a quick pulse, it takes about 3 years to reach 1 billion heartbeats. But a slow-pulsed elephant can go more than 80 years. Only humans can push their hearts past 2 billion, thanks to modern medicine, food preservation technology, and water purification.
Oh, okay.
So dirty water and not being able to store food is the main two things that are keeping our hearts from giving out, which is interesting in the modern medicine.
It makes sense.
I don't see how, though.
Well, think about lifestyle. And with animals, they scavenge. They take what they can get, whether it's diseased, whether it's, they're eating carcasses, they're, you never know, they might be eating bats and shit, stuff that could make them sick. And it takes like time for them to get better. And maybe that affects like their heart rate, their heart health, If we were scavenging like that and just eating anything, our life expectancy would probably be a lot shorter. But we get to clean ourselves, and not by licking ourselves, but, we actually get to clean ourselves. We get to eat healthy.
So the quality of life, really.
Yeah.
Overall quality of life.
Because at first I was thinking like, oh shit, like people who work out a lot.
That's the first thing I thought. Like, damn, we speeding up our own. I thought we were postponing it.
Right. But then they gave us 2 billion. So that's pretty dope.
Yeah, it says a couple biologists found unexpected interdisciplinary common ground when they set out to find how exactly animals' energy use and needs scale as they get larger or smaller. There'd been a fair amount of research into this already, and apparently the metabolic, that's how you say it, right? Mm-hmm. It's not metabolic.
Metabolic.
The metabolic rates scale to the 3/4 power instead of increasing at a 1-to-1 ratio, which basically means that a cat, which is 100 times larger than a mouse, does not need, it doesn't use 100 times the energy that a mouse does. Instead, it requires 3/4 times the energy of a mouse.
Okay.
Or sorry, 1,003/4. I don't know. They put. There's no space.
Math is kicking your ass.
No, because it looks like 1,003/4. Whatever. It says that a cat, which is 100 times larger than a mouse, does not use 100 times the energy that a mouse does. So it only needs. It's only about 31.6 times the mouse's requirements. That's the amount of energy that it needs. This is getting beyond me. I don't even understand what they're saying.
So is it saying that? Am I understanding the mouse is smaller and the beats are faster, so they don't live as long as a cat who's much bigger, heart rate is slower, or is it opposite?
Now remember, this is just the metabolic rates.
Okay.
Okay, so it says it scales to the 3/4 power instead of increasing at a 1-to-1 ratio. So it says that a cat is 100 times larger than a mouse.
Right.
And it doesn't need 100 times the energy.
Right.
It only
okay.
needs about 3/4 the energy of a mouse.
Right. Think about taking steps. That's how I think we're much bigger. So one step for us is how many
It's
for
whole
a cat.
bunch. Right.
You know, so it's about the energy output.
Got it. Okay.
Got
so
it.
it says what they wanted to discover, or what they ended up discovering, was more complex than mere metabolism rates. They wanted to find out how characteristics such as lifespan and pulse rate scaled. So these features didn't have the exact same rate as metabolism, but they clearly correlated with each other. So the lifespan tended to scale to the power of 1/4 and heart rate at the power of -1/4. In other words, there's a mathematical equation that lets you predict exactly how long an animal will live and how fast its heart will beat based on its size. So really, they figured out the lifespan and then the heartbeat based on its size and then made that up. It's not like you have 1 billion and then you die.
I wonder.
That's what it seemed like it was.
Do we shorten dogs' lifespans based off of this? Because you know how dogs get super excited when like we come home and they're just like, they get so hyped when they're around us. Do you think that we indirectly might?
Because that's less stress for them.
But their heart rate pumps faster.
Right.
You know?
But I mean, if they were in the wild, their heart would be pumping fast all the time.
Do you think so?
Because when they get excited, when they have to kill somebody, when they're running away from a predator, that seems like that would definitely affect the heart.
I feel like when I see stray dogs, they're always just hella chill. Like, I don't usually see stray dogs that are just like, you know, excited. They usually, like, when you go to some other countries, like we've seen them, they just be just trotting all along, just trotting by.
Yeah, probably
so I wonder,
exhausted or starving or preserving their energy.
So you don't think that
I don't think
constantly hyping up the dogs?
I think we elongate their life. Elongate.
Like,
I don't even know. I think we make their lives longer.
Extend. We extend their lives.
Because you think about all those lifespan stats of wild animals. They give you their lifespan in the wild and then captured or domesticated.
Oh, okay.
And that always gives them like like almost like damn near like a decade or two.
Because they're being cared for. They're not having to
kill for food. They get fed. They're safe.
Mm-hmm. They're not getting preyed on.
Right. So I think that has to be the same for dogs. We constantly feed them. If you're a good owner, you're exercising them and stuff. I don't know. The heartbeat thing confuses me though, because they made it seem like it was about excitement, but I think that was just about the metabolism. I think that when they were talking about the rabbit, I think just naturally that the beat is. I don't think that had anything to do with being excited. I think rabbits just beat naturally. Yeah, their heartbeat's faster, so
that's
they up out of here
interesting.
quick. I wonder that's why they be smashing fast too, because they got like.
Is that what you wonder?
I don't know. Maybe their heart beats so fast. That's why they so horny. As horny as a rabbit, they always smashing because it's like all this blood, all these rabbit boners.
Interesting. I don't know, but
all that math made my head hurt.
My fact is the opposite of that.
Uninteresting. Now
you be the judge. Frozen solid for 6 hours in -22 degrees Fahrenheit. So cold that needles snapped on her skin. Jean Hillard defied science by thawing back to life and making a full recovery. So we went from heart beating fast or too fast to not heart beating.
How long was she out there?
Jean Hillard was involved in a car crash in sub-zero temperatures.
Damn.
She walked to a friend's house 2 miles away, but collapsed 15 feet away from the front door. At -22 degrees Fahrenheit, she was found frozen solid 6 hours later. At the hospital, doctors found her body was so frozen that they couldn't even administer a hypodermic needle without it snapping.
Damn.
In a last-ditch effort, doctors tried to defrost Hillard by wrapping her in electric heated blankets. After 49 days in the hospital, Jean Hillard made a complete recovery.
That's crazy. I wonder how bad that car accident was. where the other person involved, I mean, maybe she just crashed into something.
Crashed into a tree or something.
Damn.
And then tried to get there, but 6 hours. So she was out there in sub-zero temperatures for 6 hours. Why are you laughing?
It's not funny. Well, okay, it could be funny because she lived.
She did live.
I just pictured her friend leaving to go to work, seeing her reaching to knock on the door.
Damn.
Sub-zero. I mean, I think that's interesting because there's a lot of animals. What?
Well, I thought you were gonna say what I was about to say. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say there's like frogs and alligators who be just frozen during the winter, and then they're just like, oh, all right. So it's just interesting that they were able to just throw her in the sink like that and let her let her thaw out.
You acting like she's
some
chicken.
meat, like she's some chicken thighs.
God damn.
At least she I wonder what that felt like, because I think it probably just
You think
felt
she was
like
conscious?
it probably just felt like sleeping, because whenever I learn about these weird things like crocodiles sticking their nose above the water and then freezing completely, or like frogs, it says their heart rate just lowers to almost not there at all, and then they just warm back up.
So this brings me to, I think, a fact that I brought up a few weeks back about a company that said they'll freeze your body for $200,000. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
You could freeze your body.
All them niggas melted. Remember that?
All them niggas melted?
Yeah, something happened with the AC.
No. Not that one. The one that in the future that people can pay $200,000 to have their bodies frozen and then, I guess, thawed out later. I don't know.
I would do that if I had like 5 years left.
Yeah, but I always thought like, that can't happen. No way. Absolutely no way will we be able to do something like that.
Might be able to put your brain in a robot.
Oh, the thought of that freaks
You
me
wouldn't be
out.
an android? I would cyborg it up. That'd be hard.
It freaks me out.
Because they would probably...
Because, like, what would happen to my consciousness? Like, what? It just... I feel like my conscience, my soul... I don't know how that stuff transitions. You know what I'm saying? So kind of robot would I be?
What would they be?
Yeah.
It might be like your personality, but not your soul.
Yeah, what if I'm like meant to go to the spirit realm or whatever?
Heaven, and then it's just you're in limbo.
And now I'm just like a robot that, who knows how you're going to get treated. Like, I don't know.
It'd be hell. It'd be like you're trapped in a robot.
What if you can't feel anything? Like, that's the beautiful part of living, is to feel, to taste, to do all this stuff. And
they would have all that. I think you're picturing like a 1980s robot. If they offered this, it would probably be like a robot with skin and they're already doing that with not skin, but like prosthetics. They're already connecting nerves and stuff. So I've seen very small evidence of that. They'll probably be able to do
I guess I'm just basing it off of right now.
Well, the soul thing, I don't know how they would ever be able to do that. If they're able to like upload your memories and then put it in somewhere, it'll probably just be something new that remembers the shit. And they're just like, the programming in them is just like, okay, my name is Stephanie, blah, blah, blah. But it ain't you. You probably in hell,
What? Damn. Why I gotta go there?
It was funnier than it.
Yeah, you just couldn't give me the benefit of the doubt that I'm going upstairs. You sent me downstairs.
I don't know. Well, I mean, maybe you went to hell because you decided to do the robot thing. Like you said, you don't know how the spirit realm works. So it's just like this nigga show up with half an identity. Right. It's just
where's the rest of you? Go back.
It's on a flash drive. Because I just want to see flying cars.
For as long as that. And then how long is that technology going to be? It's like you got to get upgraded. What if you can't get upgraded? Like new models and shit. Like how? No. That all of that just freaks me out.
The soul thing freaked me out. Yeah. I think that's like if there's a way to like duplicate me, let me die, and then just I wake up again. Yeah. So then it's like, oh shit, my soul's in heaven. but I get to live again. I don't know. I don't know if I want to do it anymore.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't.
I don't want to mess with that.
Freaky.
'Cause especially if it's like, we'll save it for 2,000 years. There could be a mess up in that 2,000 years. They told us about this like 5 years ago, and that place already had the AC messed up. Niggas was leaking. So
Man.
I think that a mistake happening before you're due to wake up could happen. That could mess your soul up. Or just that 2,000 years. What if you were just in limbo? Imagine you were just in a place that was just all white.
Mm-hmm.
Like no matter how far you ran, it was just infinite white. It was just you, and you had to be there. Time passed the same way, and you had to be there for 2,000 years before you woke up in another body. That would be awful. Or you're there forever, and your memory wakes up, and they're just doing stuff you thought you were going, and you still down there.
And
so
you're down there in the sunken place.
Yeah,
I think about it like this: the first iPhone. Right? Where the fuck is that now? Ain't nobody using the first iPhone.
Mm-hmm. Or an iPod. Nobody. iPods are obsolete.
Right. So I look at it like that. Like, what generation of robots will we be anyway?
You'd probably be 0.1.
We might.
The ones that are like, kill me. Yeah.
We the experimental before.
You would have to grow up in a time where people were doing that.
Already.
Like they were waking up.
Right.
And they were like, I'm from the 80s.
Right.
Led Zeppelin. And you're like, oh, okay, that's fire.
Right.
I'm gonna go. But yeah, the first is like you putting your whole soul.
First generation too. You could be glitchy. You could be, why the fuck are you doing that?
These are good
niggas,
points.
Like you.
These are good points. I never knew if I would do that, but I thought that like if I was 80 and like I was like having trouble walking anyways, I would do it just to be like, well, who cares? Like I was almost gone anyway. If I could wake up and spend 5 years in the future, that'd be cool. But yeah, I don't know. That gap is terrifying to me now. Because that'd be crazy. The niggas ain't gonna wake you up in 2035. You know, like,
right?
That's pretty much the same.
Money might be completely different.
Right.
You might not have the currency to be able to survive in that in 2035 or 3035, you know?
Or what if you're the same, but you don't even remember? Like it was like something happened in the transfer where you don't remember you're just like a new weird thing that has memories from the 2000s and stuff.
Right. And you have no idea. You're confused as hell as where you are and what the hell is going on and why your life is so different from what's in your mind.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm good.
I've discouraged you.
I'm good. I think that if they find a way to like, I don't know, because I'm gonna be cremated. No, I guess I'm out of here. Unless they like saved a lock or something, or some cells, and then just grew another Patrick. But that nigga wouldn't even have the same memories. He would just look like me and have my brain structure.
What would you want to be in your next life if you believed in reincarnation and you came back? What would you choose?
Reincarnation is an interesting subject to me because I feel like you are born into something else. That makes sense. But then it's like, I feel like if that were the case, everybody would have a fire life.
I don't think so.
Maybe you just choose what you think you want, and then that just grows naturally.
Do you think it would get boring just having a great life every time you come back? Like, you don't think, like, when you go back...
You think people would be like, this time, I'm going to be miserable.
I'm going to select something a little different to where I could feel.
I feel like if you have been doing this since the beginning of time, maybe, you know?
Yeah. They say everything that exists now has always existed.
Okay.
Oh God, I don't even want to know.
This reminds me of a meme I saw, and it's dark humor. So remember, I did not create this.
Be prepared.
Okay. It's a black kid in a wheelchair. It was very clear that he had some level of autism. He also had a necklace that had the Jewish star, and he was holding a rainbow flag. You know what I'm talking about.
I do.
Okay. And someone said,
caption.
Yeah, someone said, bro chose max difficulty. That now you know why I brought that up. That makes sense. If you were going to choose and you had been doing this for eons,
He said, let's see how bad it gets.
It'd be like, okay, let me crank up the difficulty.
It's just like living, right? Think about those freaky boys that make so much money. They could get everything that they want.
Freaky boys?
I'm just talking about freaks in general. But it really comes across when you hear about like that crazy shit that like rich old men be doing because they bored. You know, they be into some wild shit because they got all the money, they got family, they got all this, they got everything. So then they introduce shit to spice up their lives because they have
that's
everything.
Within just their life. So niggas are getting bored.
They're getting bored
just
here.
Within their, so okay. So basically what you're saying is that if a 60-year-old CEO can get bored, he's probably been a CEO for 30 years and he's sick of telling people what to do to the point where he has to pay a woman to put him in a diaper and walk him around like a dog. If you've been doing different lives since before year 0, you'd be like,
let me pick a struggle.
Let me see how hard this can get. You know what I'm saying? Let me be
Patrick,
just censor. Let me just, you know how you grow up and you're just like,
yourself right
man,
now?
think before you act. Yeah, I could see it. I could see what you're saying. Yeah. But also, I think that first of all, I don't know why I picture it like you get to choose like human, like a custom, you know, like how when you create a custom character, I feel like human, male, female, what color am I, you know?
Yeah.
Then it's like, oh no, let's see what's going on. Insects. What insect could I be? Roach. I'll be right back here.
Yeah,
you know?
you'd be quick. In and out.
That's how I picture it would be, which would be interesting. I would say it's like there are probably a lot of challenges that you don't really know. You'll be like, I think it'd be interesting to be a rice paddy farmer in Thailand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you're just like, you're like, this is cool. And then like, oh, typhoons every day. You know, like there's probably a lot of things that you either don't think of or you don't anticipate that just, it ends up just being a little difficult, you know?
I think that I might pick to be on a different planet. What if you could go to another planet, live a life on another planet?
Which would suck because you wouldn't remember Earth, so that would just be the new normal to you.
But would it suck? Would it really suck if I didn't remember?
I mean, that part of it would suck, but then when you come back, you'd be like, yeah, but you already would have known about both planets because you did.
I mean, it's interesting theories, and there's actual theories out there like that suggest, you know, under some hypnotism, some sort of, I forgot the specific name of the hypnotism, but people they talk about going to this realm and, you know, and selecting, like, you know, they actually go to their own funeral and, you know,
I hope that shit is co-op. You know what I mean?
In the one that I saw, they said that you could come back like with like 15 people.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but
you get like a little online squad.
Yeah, a little squad to come back.
That'd be dope. I always thought like it'd be like creator mode, like you could just fly any part of the world, any part of space, just look at stuff.
When you do come back with those 15 people, I wonder, what if one goes to Thailand, one goes to California, one goes to, you know, Detroit, you know, one goes to Alaska, you know, Japan or whatever. And the goal is these are people you have soul ties with, I guess, because you came here with them. If you meet them in real life, you probably wouldn't know that, we came here together. That would be the coolest thing to see, like what that connection would look like if you both like.
I would rather see what that connection looked like if y'all met on Earth and then died.
Because we could have been friends in the spirit realm.
Yeah, but if, let's say we met on Earth and then when we die, you're just kind of floating around. Like,
waiting for the other person?
Just saw, no, you're just chilling. And then dead people would be able to see each other in creator mode, but maybe you have like a username, like Galatius P or Persephone. And I'd be like, oh snap, I met you from Earth, And then it's like you in the afterworld, like kicking it with somebody,
partying,
flying around with like, Kobe and stuff. That'd be kind of crazy. There'd be a lot of friends you wouldn't think would be friends, Be like,
people that
Martin Luther King.
If we met in another lifetime, we would have been friends. Like them gangsters that like they have to beef because, because of what happened in between the gangs. But
if I wasn't on 105th Street, we would be pals.
We would be friends.
I feel bad for lost relationships because of that,
Yeah, because of circumstances in the world.
That probably happens a lot.
Very interesting topic.
A lot of ops be friends, low key.
Now, just because we had this conversation doesn't mean anything about religion. It's just combo.
Yeah. How do we get reincarnated? If I were to be reincarnated,
I'm a stargazer.
I think I would try to be. I would be a hawk. I would be a hawk or an eagle. I want to do one where I'm flying because the idea of being an animal walking around and something fly down and pick you up is crazy. I don't want to experience that. I just want to be the nigga doing it. And I also want to experience eagle eye. Like, what's it look like to see a squirrel 2 miles away and kill that nigga?
What was it? We looked up the highest flying bird in the world.
Oh yeah, it was like a vulture, wasn't it?
Vulture was at the top.
It was some type of vulture.
I think I would
30,000 feet or something, maybe higher.
I might go for something like that too.
All right, we got time for one thread today, so here's the one we decided on. What is the craziest shit you have ever seen posted on Reddit?
Wow,
this is Reddit.
Reddit.
This be the realest people get.
Is a violent place.
Okay, this one is crazy. The one about a guy who bought a watermelon, fucked it relentlessly, and then buried it in the garden before it started to stink, only to create a little watermelon garden which his family loved.
Oh!
Someone said, nature is beautiful.
No! Oh, that's disgusting.
That is crazy. That is crazy. Because, I mean, like, if you just think about how something grows, his semen would be in the watermelons that they ate, right? Kind of. Or maybe not literally.
Does it die? Does it die and only... That's what I'm going with. That the semen will just go back into the earth.
Oh, yeah. It wouldn't be still wriggling. But I'm just saying in terms of it existing.
I'm saying I'm not going with the thought that it latches on to...
But it's all over the seeds of that watermelon, which is what grows, right?
You're just trying to take me there.
I'm just saying, watermelon,
and you pull.
Watermelon is full of seeds, so he put his seed in there. It engulfed the seeds, and then a beautiful watermelon pit, which the family ate.
What color was the watermelon?
That's crazy. Clear watermelon.
It came out brown.
That's crazy.
Brown melons.
Okay.
That is nasty.
Gets kind of worse. The one guy who had been fantasizing about scat for years.
Ew.
You know what scat is?
I do.
Scat is poop. He finally saved up some money and hired a call girl to... Sorry.
Wild poop.
Saving up the money for this is crazy. He finally saved up the money and hired a call girl to tie him up and shit on him. But it turned out he wasn't into scat at all, for real. And now he was just sitting in the hotel room after she'd left, writing the Reddit post, reflecting on how much time and money he had spent on it.
How do you not know that you're not into it?
Says his screen name was Not a Scat Man.
Why did he call it scat, too?
Scat is crazy. But I mean, when hunters are be like, there's some bear scat.
Yeah,
right there,
that's what I'm like, why did he call it that for this situation?
I don't know. But that's crazy to find out you don't like getting shit on mid shit.
So this is the thing. Like, we have that, it's not a hormone, but it's just maybe it's like a G spot up there that maybe it feels good because it feels good when you go poop.
But he's getting pooped on.
Right. But maybe he mistook the feeling of pooping, because it feels great, to
I could only see that turning into I want to poop on somebody.
Well, if there's a G spot in there and you get turned on or something, like right before you poop, if you get turned on and then you poop and it feels good, maybe he mistook that as I'm going to get turned on with poop play.
That makes no sense because the part that you're saying makes sense. He didn't. He was I'm assuming he either had to have watched porn where that happened.
I'm just
like
saying.
How do you think you're into that?
I'm just saying he's pairing a pleasurable feeling with pooping, and
I get
then
what you're saying.
Mistaking it as because once he realized he was in the situation,
but that's like saying
realized,
peeing feels so good. I want somebody to pee on me. Like that doesn't correlate.
Well, if I don't know. I don't know because I'm not into it.
So if you're like, man,
I know how pairing works.
Sandwiches is so good. I love eating sandwiches. I want you to eat a sandwich and throw it up on me. You're like, yo, you took yourself out of the sandwich eating.
But it might go into I want to watch you eat a sandwich and I'm getting turned on watching you eat it. I don't know. But
it's
I
a
do
shitty
know
situation.
I just know, like, you can smell something and eat something else and get a pleasurable sensation. Like people, when they're trying to diet, you can smell a donut and eat some broccoli and that works, you know? So maybe he paired it and thought it was something and then quickly
all right, let's move
found out.
The Reddit thread from the woman whose husband and father-in-law basically were planning on her dying in childbirth and raised the baby themselves still haunts me.
What?
I guess, yeah, they were planning on her dying. That's actually kind of crazy.
Did she die?
It says the Reddit thread from the woman whose husband and father-in-law. So I guess not.
So she lived. I wonder how she... how'd she find that out?
Right.
We might need to go search Reddit for that
deeper
full
in these
story. Yeah.
Someone said there was a thread where a woman's mother used coconut oil on her twin daughter's hair when the one was severely allergic to coconut, which the grandmother was well aware of. She saw the kid acting ill and essentially sent her granddaughter to bed to die.
Oh no. She knew that that's murder. She knew she was allergic to coconut, used coconut on her, and then sent her to bed to die. That's murder.
Yeah, it says her mom used coconut oil. Her mom used coconut on her twin daughter's hair when one was severely allergic to coconut, which the grandma was well aware of. Right. Saw the kid acting. Okay, so yeah,
that's murder.
Yeah, her mom killed her kid, which is crazy.
Ugh.
Somebody said killing your own granddaughter because you don't believe in allergies is wild. So maybe that's what happened. Okay, this one is crazy, and I'm gonna need a replacement word. Okay.
All right.
On Reddit, and this should be illegal, but hey, some testimonials from the Ask a Grapist thread. Okay. Like holy fuck. Yeah, that's crazy.
Whoa. A testimonial from
that was
a
the
self-proclaimed.
That was the no, because you know how they have like the ask us, so like user submitted, and then the grapist's answer, which is crazy.
Oh my God! Does it give some testimonial?
No.
Thank the Lord.
That was it. That was it. Okay, this is scary. This is super scary. The carbon monoxide story. So there was a person that posted on r/legal advice. The r/ is the Reddit. Mm-hmm. Yep, you've seen it.
Mm-hmm. I'm very familiar with Reddit.
I was just, they posted on legal advice that they kept finding random Post-it notes with weird messages around their apartment. They thought maybe someone was breaking in. They were seeking legal advice on how to handle it. A commenter replied that they should check their carbon monoxide levels to see if there's a leak that is causing them to do crazy things. Turns out it was a carbon monoxide poisoning, and the poster was doing all of these crazy things himself.
That's so scary to me. Like lapsed memory.
Yeah.
Because of stuff like,
Whoa.
Have you ever seen Limitless? The movie?
About the pill?
The Pill?
That's Will Smith, right?
No.
Is that Bradley Cooper?
Might be.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but you get this pill that makes you fucking insanely...
Use all your brain, yep.
Yeah. But then he starts having like lapses in memory, and then all of a sudden he wakes up and he's somewhere else and he has no idea how he got there. You know, that shit freaks me out.
That is scary.
Yes.
I kind of like skimmed through this and I thought what it was saying was he was doing it because he like sabotaged, but I didn't realize that he did it because the carbon monoxide was doing it, and he was just doing that randomly, which is like, I think that's dope because that was the most unique and random way for your body to tell you. It's like
something's wrong.
Yeah, like it couldn't form the words because its brain was but it was just like leaving things to give himself a hint.
You know what's crazy is I never really looked at carbon monoxide poisoning as survivable. So it's like you can survive this, but I didn't really think about it having effects like that because I've always thought like if you're in a situation where you get
don't
poisoned,
know it's too late.
Right, you fall asleep and that's it. Lights out. For real. I never really thought about a slow leak of it. Like,
and you slowly losing your mind.
Yeah, because I always thought like, okay, even if there was a slow leak, if the window's open, you know, it dilutes it, flushes it out. But I never really actually thought about a slow leak to where it constantly like affects you, which makes a lot of times
people who are asleep, so they have no chance for their body to
tell them like what's going on. Like that's why they say always keep at least one window open. You know,
that's scary.
And that's why I have a detector, a carbon monoxide detector, but I also keep a bunch of air purifiers around the house on eco
so even
mode.
If there was a leak, it would take that out?
So if there was a leak, you know, it would at least try to, you know, filter out the air.
Right.
But I
hope that works.
Well, it does take care of like toxins in the air. But I always think about that.
That's another reason to have that. I love air purifiers now. After all that smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone said this is the one that made me buy carbon monoxide detectors when I bought my house. That's really scary. Wow.
And you know what scares me is like hotels and stuff that you stay in because you don't have your purifier, but they are supposed to have things up to code.
Detectors
but I mean,
and stuff.
Yeah, but how often do you find out like shit ain't up to code because they don't check nothing?
Yeah, that makes Airbnbs and hotels way scarier.
I was thinking about like the sprinkler system. Like, how do you fucking know it really works? Like the sprinkler system in your house, like they don't test it.
There's no fire.
Yeah, the last time that was tested was when either the building was built, but they don't test the sprinkler system in between, you know, people like moving in and shit. Unless there's a way they test the sprinkler system without us knowing. I always think like, what if we needed that? How many places would that shit really actually work?
That was scary. Definitely clip that one because that was scary.
Yeah.
All right, next one. I have no idea how to find this, but there was a subreddit called "Have you ever called someone to die?" Excuse me. Have you ever caused someone to die?
Oh, jeez.
Said dude was a plumber's assistant installing a gas hot water heater in a family's home. To keep dust out of the heater, he stuffed a rag into the vent.
Oh my God.
When they were done installing, he forgot to remove it. They went back the next day to finish the job, and the police had the house taped off. The entire family of 5 had died of carbon monoxide poisoning. He managed to sneak in the back door and remove the rag before anyone figured out what had happened. He never got caught.
And he told this story on Reddit.
I thought it was something where he went back and he was like, oh my God, they died. I feel so bad. Sneaking in to take out the evidence almost makes it like evil.
Almost like first off, how you get back in there with it taped off?
Right, he snuck in through the back door, and if they didn't know where it came from, Well, I guess it would. I mean, is the gas hot water heater the only place it can come from?
No. It could come from the stove.
Okay.
I mean, that's where you get like all your
So
shit
it was
from,
probably
but
just
it
called
could,
in.
like but they would know if there was like a loose cable on the stove. But usually you're supposed to call to have like, oh, they got it fixed.
This is the plumber's assistant. Yeah, he was installing it.
Installing it usually. Oh, okay. So then they already had the gas turned on. I was about to say, like, when you go to certain places, they have to like the actual gas company has to come out and like inspect things.
And remember, this is the plumber's assistant.
Damn. Oh, the assistant put a rag there?
Yeah. But I mean, I'm trying to think, like, from a police standpoint, if they walked in and they were, it seems like carbon monoxide poisoning is a little bit more normal than we thought. So it seems like they would go straight there. So I don't see how he even got the rag if he put it in there and then installed it.
My thing is,
these might be made up.
How did you know to go back? Because
they said they went back next day to finish the job. They weren't
to
done.
Finish the job. Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha.
He stuffed a rag into the vent. That's crazy. I wonder why that led to
a leak.
Yeah,
there's a leak. Maybe there were no windows open.
So something didn't get out.
Yeah, the carbon monoxide.
Damn, right.
Damn.
I need to learn about this more because this is kind of scary.
It is. And yes, people, carbon monoxide, not carbon dioxide. I found out that people kind of mix the two.
Oh, no. That's what we breathe. Carbon dioxide, right?
Breathe out.
Yeah. Oxygen in, CD out. Most of the drug subreddits get pretty wild. The most popular one that I keep seeing is some girl was talking about her boyfriend, talking that her boyfriend picked somebody up to buy drugs, and originally he was just driving across town, and then the dealer made him drive 4 hours to another city, and the whole situation was sketchy. She said her boyfriend stopped responding, and then a few days later, her boyfriend still hadn't responded to her, and a day after that, the post got deleted. Pretty sure her boyfriend got killed or something really bad happened.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Damn. That has to be like the scariest situation.
I feel like there's
to be in a car and like to go somewhere where like you have no control over where you're going.
That's why I don't understand how people like hijack. That's crazy. I don't understand how people like pick up not hijackers, hitchhikers.
Won't do it.
All right, last two. A series of Amy A. Ask Me Anythings from the guy who tried heroin for the first time. Then he was a heroin addict. Then he went to rehab. Then he relapsed and then later recovered. And at the end, he was depressed because his life was ruined. And many people had tried heroin because of his post.
Oh, no.
So I guess they didn't stick around long enough. They heard the updates and was like, I'll try this out.
Oh, that's tough.
That's crazy that
it was a menace to society.
A Reddit forced you to do that, which is we're not forced. All right, last one. Okay, I'm going to do both of these. One of the most vile posts was someone walking in on their parents doing sex role play, and her mom was wearing her summer dress.
Oh, my God.
That is so not okay.
That is horrible.
That's so not okay. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. I saw this post. It was like a video of somebody like making fun of old men, and one of the comments was like, yeah, I see you're my daughter's age, but you're not my daughter. I'm like, ugh.
I mean, he probably shouldn't have mentioned his daughter at all.
Right.
But at least he slid in there that he wasn't incest. He wasn't into incest. He said, you're around the age of my daughter, which I probably shouldn't have brought up in the first place. But you're not her making this not weird in that way. Just weird in the age thing. Yeah, he could have just said, man, like,
I wonder, what was her dad dressed as? Himself?
Yeah, I mean, shoot. Yeah, I know. What was the role play if she was... Was she role playing as her daughter?
Yes, that's the weird part.
I didn't.
In her
I didn't
summer
catch that.
dress, that's what I took. That's why I was like, ew.
You don't think it was just like a sexy costume during whatever they're role playing? Because
her summer dress?
some summer dresses, yeah.
Her daughter's summer dress, role playing.
She might not have had any sexy clothes. Role playing doesn't necessarily mean I'm a different person. It could be a different situation. So what if it was just a sexy dress and it was like, you're a student, see you after class. You know, it's the situation.
You're trying?
No, I'm not trying.
I'm buying.
Because I was always myself every time I role played.
Yeah, but you were dressed as something else, which is a different persona, a different character.
No, I wasn't.
What did you dress as?
I didn't dress as anything. That's what I'm saying. I was never a character.
So you weren't role playing then?
Yes, you are. Yes, you can be.
What are you role playing?
It can be like teacher student.
That's
but I'm not,
still different.
I'm not in a student outfit. You know, it could be
Do you have
patient nurse.
But you don't have on
I'm myself. They're in something else though. So we don't know what the father was wearing. Or it could be like a situation like we're both at the gym, you pretend to work out, and then I'm gonna come and holler at you and then I'm gonna smash you. You know what I mean?
I think for them to say that my parents were role playing and I walked in, somehow they know that their parents were role playing. So I don't know what the dad was dressed as.
Because it could be like a scene like, oh yeah, come over here, you know? I'm just saying role playing isn't always like I'm wearing this dress I'm wearing this person's dress because I'm her, you know? That would be wild. That would be wild.
I think that's why it made it into this this thread.
Well, these are comments now. These didn't technically make it. And then the last one, someone where the person posting, their dad kept eating weirder and more exotic meats and had gotten in trouble for it. And then at that point, people were like, he's definitely eaten long pig, which apparently is human flesh.
Long pig is human flesh?
I just searched it.
Why
It says it's
that?
a term for human flesh that originated in the Pacific Islands and is associated with cannibalism.
Ew. Long pig is crazy. They could have came up with a better
Eating
term.
some long pig.
So I wonder what are we, hork?
What?
Instead, you know how pig is pork. What are we like, hork? Human
pork. All right, guys. Well, that has been another episode of Thick Threads. I don't even know what to ask. It's the craziest shit you've read about on the internet. Could be you. Could be something you read.
Yep.
Put it in the comments.
Okay. Yes, do that.
All right.
All right.
Hork. Horker. All right, guys. I've been Patrick Cloud.
And I'm Persephone.
We'll see y'all next week.
Bye.